Peace, Vandals and Vandalettes. It's the God Mathematics, and you now watching or listening to the Vandal Hour, Season 7, live on
Yeah,
S.STREET Media, baby. Make
yeah, yeah.
sure you check us out every time we come on. I'm not going to put no date to that because we're doing them back to back. That's how we moving and grooving. So you could catch all these dope episodes like the ZB, PTP, the Nice OCM, the Hops DKS, the STEM YNN, and many others on our Spotify page or Anchor.fm, Google Podcasts. You can also go to our website at www.sstreetmedia.info and our new joint SStreetMedia.net. It's fire. Check out our shows and all our other shows. But before we start the Vandal Hour, as always, I got to give a rundown or roll call to all the people that paved the way before me. Brat, Giggles, Greaseball, J-Lo, Mathematics, Facts on Wax, East Sinatra, June 457, Sosa, Dre Kill Films, The Bring That Back Dude, DJ Quest, Mr. 13, Buyer 3, Reps, Guest, DJ Swift, DJ EA, and Darwin Queens. Without them, there won't be no mathematics. So now, let's get into the man of the hour. I would say
Dum, dum.
I like to say this, man. He is a close friend of mine since I was 14 years old, 1990, man. He is the vertical killer. I'm putting his intro. I would say a Bushwick legend. I'm gonna say that too, and a person who been doing this graph shit all city for a long time. It's the motherfucking dopest MC I know that do graph too. My man,
Yeah,
SRNBK.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yo, what's good, baby? Good looks for the intro. Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate you for doing the show, man. You did the show a few times. I always like your energy. Right now, you got a lot of things going on also that I want to get into. So I always like to support my peoples and what they're doing. But this is the guard season. So for the guard season, I want it to be like exclusive people that I interview, man.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you so much.
So for our new listeners who may not have heard the other interviews that you've done, um, talk to us about the history of NBK and SR and how that came about, man.
So growing up in Bushwick, like I would say in Brooklyn, in New York, period, and the mid '80s, late '80s, early '90s, everybody had a tag. So even if you didn't write graffiti, you had a nickname, and your nickname was most likely your tag.
True
So you
indeed.
didn't have to be down with a crew or nothing like that. The guys that you grew up with on your block, that was your crew. So every block usually had, a name. Their crew name or whatever. So me. Basically, I missed the train era. I'm too young for the train era or whatever. So, I always wanted to ride on trains, but I couldn't. I was a little kid, and so I just used to love the train riders though, and stuff. So then Beach Street came out, the movie Beach Street, and that really like gave me a visual on wow, how these dudes go in the tracks and hit trains and all this shit. So I fell in love right there. So right at that same time, Lottie Dottie came out. It was like '85. Slick Rick.
True indeed.
And my name is Rick. So my boy from my class, third grade, RA. The nigga was like, yo, you should just write SR Slick Rick. So I had my tag, Slick Rick SR. Just a little, block shit. Wasn't like nothing serious or whatever. But then when I went to junior high, school, there was a crew, NBK, in my junior high school and shit. And I had a lot of fights. I used to have a lot of fights and shit. Back in the days, niggas was testing you, so you was gonna have fights regardless.
That's
So
a fact.
they put me down with NBK, nothing but kings. But I was the only real person that took writing serious outside of school or outside of the block from then on. You know what I mean? So it wasn't my crew. The original prez is Kano. This kid Kano, Kano. Kano was good, my nigga. My boy. and shit. But since I was the only real graffiti writer that started going out and really like bombing other areas and really writing graffiti, just not in school, everybody thought it was my crew. So when you say SR, they say SRNBK, you know? So
Facts.
everybody thought it was my crew. So eventually Kano was just like, yo, you know, you can have it. And he passed it on to me. And, you know, we changed it up from Nothing But Kings to Natural Born Killers and Nobody Beats Knickerbocker. And boom, we started from there. Late 80s.
What do you think keeps why MBK stays relevant to this day? Because that was 30 years ago. So what keeps MBK so relevant now?
I'm going to say that besides the work we put in lots of work. And, you know, I've met lots of writers along the way from every borough. You know, and just having those affiliations, you know, keeps your name ringing here and there. And still, you know, I still put in work, you know, here and there, but nothing serious like, you know, back in the day, you know, just for fun or whatever. But I really think that we stay relevant because as the generations go on, I link with, you know, new writers, you know, that's doing their thing, whoever, you know, it's just whoever. It's just link by chance. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I plan to link or anyone plans to link with me. It just happens. Like when graffiti was dead for a long time, then ACC came out of nowhere and destroyed the game and brought it back to life. It gave it a heart again. And I was right, and I was with that wave. You know, we made the connection. Boom. Then when that wave was over, I would say ZA and Stu came and brought graffiti back again, and Easy made his comeback. And I was a part of that wave. You know, it was just by chance linking. And then after that, the HL movement came, and they took the city by storm. Boom, and I was a part of that movement. And just being affiliated with, you know, Ever and Papo and Era and, you know, people like that. These are my close friends that I know since, you know, late 80s, early 90s, all of these people. So, you know, we're still friends to this day. We all, you know, we're a tight-knit group, even though we have lots of affiliations. You know, it's just, at the end of the day, just a few people, you know, and they just so happen to be all city killers.
That's a fact. I was going to ask you, what's some of the crews that you push outside of MPK?
NBK, HL, of course, Nova, NVA, which is Ever's crew. You know what I'm saying? RTA, which is Turk's crew. My boy Turk, BTF. Everybody knows Facts. BTF, KED. You know, U2K, which is Era's crew. TDO. It just goes on forever. But like crews that I grew up, like the first crews. It's funny. I'm just saying, in the Bushwick area, Bushwick/Ridgewood area, all of these people didn't know that they were gonna grow up to be what they are looked at now as. You know what I mean? So we didn't know. It was like all of us was all together here and there all the time, doing this, doing that. We didn't know. But then 20, 30 years later, look what happens. Like everybody, we're all kings and legends in our own right. You know. It's bugged. Bushwick has a real deep history and has a big giant imprint in the graph game as a whole.
I was going to go into that. So that's a great transition, man. How important, in your opinion, how important is Bushwick to the graph culture? Bushwick, the section.
I just think it's very important, and I don't even know how it ended up that way. It's just so funny to me. It's the same way the point that I just made with all the writers that are so famous from Bushwick and Ridgewood. It's like I don't even know. It's crazy. It's just crazy the way, because from the beginning, everybody from outside of Bushwick, even from every borough, they come to Bushwick to bomb. Like it's like a premier place to bomb. It's like if you killed Bushwick, a lot of niggas is gonna see you up because everybody bombs Bushwick. And I don't even know why. You know, this is ever since I could fucking read graffiti. Everybody has been up in Bushwick. Every fucking writer. You know what I mean? So I don't even know how it happened. I guess I don't know. It probably did start because of the sick graffiti history that Bushwick has. You know, with writers like Sane Top and PG Rest in Peace and GA and Deck VIC and all of these earlier guys that used to kill trains and shit. You know, they really made a name for Bushwick / East New York / Ridgewood. You know, a lot of them, you know, Asp, DG, you know, Stack the Ripper, Pima, KA, Gumby, Audi U5. Like, all of these people were so deep. They were so fucking deep that I know people from every outside of Bushwick, like you know, we rang bells. It had to come from those guys. It had to have.
That's a fact. You know, I know that Bushwick and East New York, Williamsburg. I think the fact that we have that the freights going through them kind of
Yeah.
like gives us like those where them freights is at. It's kind of like became graffiti section. So like when you walk in towards the freights, you have all those walls like the Morgan Avenue and all down through Jefferson and all that. That's our backyards, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And a lot of people from all over come to hit those walls. Back in the days, the Peace Factories was one of those
Yep.
main things, but it all connects. Most of that stuff connects to that freight, the freight line. You know, when you go to Queens over there by like Maspeth, over there by Maspeth and Fresh Pond Road. Those is all freight lines too. Maspeth is the LIRR. So you have a lot of people who do those walls that was over where
Yep.
the trains was and outside of where the trains was.
Yep, and in all those tracks is a lot of writers met each other from Bushwick and slash Ridgewood and Mastiff. A lot of niggas met each other right there. You know, that's where niggas could have ran into back in the day. You could have ran into JRC, him doing a blockbuster on some fucking trains over there, or on the track walls, or Dessa and Catch just walking by doing fillings. You know, Giz, so many people. Slash, it's endless. I could keep going on and dropping names. It's like a
True indeed.
movie star list.
True indeed, man. I wanna talk to you about you in your younger years. You as a younger writer, what was Graff to you then?
I don't know, man. It's just different for me because to me, Graff is just everything to me. You know, I was just a street kid. I didn't have no father to put me in place or nothing like that. You know what I mean? So I was just running the streets wild. So the only thing that I knew since little was graffiti, and that was the main thing. It was just rack in the daytime. Make sure you have paint to go out in the nighttime and hit something that you didn't never hit before. You know, it was very important to me. People used to be bugging like my friends from school that they just used to write in school. They used to be like, wow, you put mad energy and effort behind this shit. I should be like, hell yeah. And I didn't even know why. It's just because I loved it. It wasn't even not only for the fame. It's just because of the feeling that it gave me. You know what I'm saying? It made me feel like a superhero, like And when you start off like you mentioned the younger years, you idolize certain people, people that you like, and us as young people that are impressionable, we don't look at those people as regular human beings. We look at them like fucking robots or God or somebody that we can never meet or never be like. So like this is a good example. Like niggas be like, oh yeah, I idolize this nigga. Yo, you ever think he ever seen me up? And it be niggas that there's impossible not to see up. But since they idolize that person so much, they don't think that person has eyes and they can't see the walls just like everyone else.
True indeed. True indeed. And now imagine that you're that person to someone younger than you now. Someone.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, it's funny. It's bugged and shit. But I don't try to because when I was coming up, it was hard to me. Right now, it's the digital age. You can meet a nigga instantly, or even if you don't meet him, you know what he looks like, hear his voice, see videos of the nigga, whatever. You can research the person and shit. But back then it was like it wasn't none of that. You know what I'm saying? It was just like you
was
just gotta
lucky
go
if
for
you
what
bumped
you know.
into them. Yeah, you was lucky if you ever met.
You're lucky as fuck, and at least you see like this ever happened to you? Like you idolize a person, or you build a writer up in your head to be a certain thing for so many years, and then you finally meet them one day, and they just totally let you down, or they're just a total opposite of what you really thought they were, and it's just like
That's a fact. I've met some short writers in my time that, in my mind, they was like 6 feet tall. Cause they tags was always high, so when you meet them, you be like,
Exactly.
"Oh shit!" Like you not. I'm thinking you're gonna be like 6 feet tall, and you like 5'4", putting in, that. So that's a fact, man. That's a fact. When you was writing, then I remember you doing before the SRs that we seen. I remember you doing the bubble SR, like
Yeah,
the
yeah. The
uh
Ghost Monster. The
yeah.
Ghost Monster.
What was the inspiration for that, man?
I don't know, man. It was just back in the days, the lettering around my way, because everybody's influenced by the style that's around their neighborhood. So Bushwick niggas have their own style. Fucking East New York niggas have their own style. And then there's people that's credited for certain styles and shit. Oh, this is the nigga who everybody bit his style, or this is the nigga who bit his. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's just I was just influenced by the lettering that was around my way, and like I don't know. I don't even really know how the fuck I came up with that shit. Really, yo, it had to be like old school black books that I seen, like, because back in the day, the black books, they were just so nice and beautiful. And I like the crap now, niggas
True
scribble
indeed.
tags all over, and it's just crap. It's just
Like
back in
imagine,
the dope.
like imagine, pardon cutting you off, but like imagine like a Gumby black book back then, a Hops black
What?
book
That's
back
a
then.
treat for niggas to even look at right now.
True
You know what
indeed.
I'm saying?
Where
It's
they
crazy. Yeah.
with the tape pages and shit like that.
Yeah, and you could, as soon as you open the book, you smell the designer markers coming right off the page. That shit just makes your hair stand up like, oh shit.
That's a fact. There was some people black books that I can't even imagine someone doing the stuff. Some of them doing the shit that they was doing, man. Shout out to Echo UW, man. You ever seen an Echo UW black book? My God,
Nah.
it was crazy. Like one of them space age shit. Then he like people the shit he was doing then people do now. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
he was it was one of those. But you the bubble, man. You went a lot of places. You and Rav. RAV went a lot of places with those bubbles, man. It was yours like the twin towers at that point.
Yeah, man, my boy Ravioli. Shout out to my nigga Rav. That's still my ace bone. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. We just I don't know. We used to just bomb. That's what we used to do. Bomb. Actually, that nigga used to fucking sneak out of his house and bomb the whole night with me. We used to be like on train missions in tunnels, highways, all types of shit covered in paint. The nigga would sneak back in, not get caught, and go to school.
The life of
Still with
a
mad rusto all in his nails and shit.
the life of a bomber back then. You heard?
Yep.
You bombed with quite a few combinations of people, man. Who some of the writers you bombed with consistently?
Consistently, I bombed with Ever, Turk, Rav. I bombed with Netta and Dro consistently, and Tuise, Joe 21. I bombed with ESS and my man Damp a lot of times. I bombed with GNS a lot of times. It's just here and there and shit.
What makes a partnership a good bombing partnership?
That's a good question because, even though it could be two niggas that be killing shit and they bomb two totally different ways and it doesn't work and shit. That's a good because that shit happened to me a few times, like, oh shit, I'm a bomb with this nigga, and it was just like funny, like you going through with the bomb, but then in your mind you're like, I ain't bombing with this nigga no more. And shit. But I love bombing with Ever because Ever is gonna always make you go above and beyond. You know what I'm saying? GNS is a good nigga to bomb. Oh, Dessa is a good nigga to bomb with too. Dessa and Catch, I bomb with them plenty of times, and they're good luck like a motherfucker. They're good luck, and that's basically what it is. I fucking bombed a lot with ZA too, and that was mad fun. We always had fun. ZA, that's the most important thing. Just have fun, because you're doing it to basically have fun.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I think a lot of times it be chemistry. People have good chemistry with people. I think a person. Always like to be with a person who's good at looking out. Looking
Yeah,
out
yeah,
is a
that's the
good
first and
quality.
foremost thing. That's the first thing you gotta get out the way. All right, my nigga. Like, we gotta look out for each other. It's not like we're just riding randomly and we both get walked up on by police. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is not gonna happen, my nigga.
That's a fact. You know, nowadays you got people who's more focused on the camera than they on looking out.
Me personally, I don't want no filming when we bombing. I don't want no
Mm.
taking pictures of no motherfucking tags. None of that shit. Preferably, if we riding and we park the car, we leaving our cell phones in the car just in case, God forbid, anything happens. You know what I'm saying?
True indeed. That's a
Fuck all that.
smart rule.
Yeah, because my I did get bagged like 3 years ago. I got bagged like 3 years ago in Manhattan, and that was it. Cell phone, bye bye. I had to get another phone.
And probably had some jewels on that shit.
Hell yeah, my nigga.
I know you. I know you had some jewels on there. Um,
Hell yeah.
this wouldn't be a interview if we didn't talk to you about the vertical weapon in your arsenal.
Yeah.
What I want to talk to you about, how you came up with that, and how does it become one of the main weapons that you use?
Um, well, ever since I started doodling with my tag SR, I told you since I was fucking 85, since I was 8, 9 years old and shit. It was just always vertical for some reason. It's like that was the first and only thing I first used to practice with, the vertical and shit. Then when I started going out bombing when I was 12 years old and 13 years old, I was using the regular going across SR with the real long R
Sure, indeed.
and shit. And but at the same time, while I was bombing with that, I was perfecting the vertical. I was trying to perfect it because it was nothing the way it looks like now, and so when I started bombing, I would say 87, 88, 89, yeah, about 80, about 91, 92, yeah, about 91, 92, I started doing the vertical a little here and there, a little there, here and there. Then 93, boom, I was like, all right, vertical is straight verticals now. So from 93 on, I started doing straight verticals. But if you notice, the first verticals didn't have an arrow at the bottom. It was just like a long leg off of the R
Sure, indeed.
and shit. And this is a funny story because so when I used to catch a high tag with the long leg, I just used to stretch the leg all the way down to the floor just to be a dick. So one day I caught a high tag with a long leg, and then Scuff came and he caught a tag right at the end of the leg, and he wrote, what up, SR? And then they could put an arrow pointing to himself off of my leg. So I was like, oh, word. And that's like, oh shit. So I started doing it with the arrow. So then you'll see like the first early ones with the arrow is like kind of small. And then, as I went on, I perfected it, and now it's what it is now. But yeah, that's a piece of graph history right there. Scuff is the one who gave me the idea for the arrow. He probably doesn't even know that.
That's crazy, man. I'm glad that you
Very
said that.
crazy.
I'm glad that you said that on the Vandal hour, though,
Yeah, that's
man.
an exclusive. Yeah, that's an exclusive.
Um, a lot of people, I want to switch subjects a little bit. A lot of people may not be familiar with your hip hop career. You've been doing this MC thing, trying to get a deal type of thing for a while. You was there during the Wu Tang Genesis, the U Crimes time, the Sirius Radio, Shady 45 beginnings. Talk to us about your hip hop career, man.
Yeah, so we all always been into hip hop from day on. We are hip hop, we live hip hop, you know. So rap music. Everybody around me used to freestyle and shit like that. And the legendary Bushwick group, the Arsonists, they're from Bushwick and shit. So they were like the first dudes really that we knew that got a deal and shit. We used to chill with these dudes every day. And they the ones basically who got me to rhyme. Arsonist and my boy Raff, Sumo
Destroy.
Bogues. Yes,
Destroying them.
Destroy, Freestyle, Swell, all of them. You know,
True indeed. I
we all
remember them
used to chill
stickers
together.
everywhere.
Yeah, yeah, the stickers, and they had their album came out, As the World Burns. You know how everybody used to walk around with the radio, so we always had the tunes, and niggas used to just pop off with a cipher anywhere. It could happen anywhere at any time, and shit. So then, they always used to, oh, come on, just rhyme, rhyme, rhyme. So I was like, fuck it, I just jumped in the cipher one day. This was like, winter, or no, it was summer of '96. Summer of '96, yeah, we started jumping in the ciphers and shit. So then the winter of '96, when it's about to be '97, we performed. We performed in a club, So when I started rhyming, it just came quick, boom, boom, boom. Like I was advancing very quick.
Mm.
So we started, performing locally. So we was performing in some other Bushwick club by the Bushwick Project somewhere, and DJ Tony Touch was DJing.
Wow.
And shit. So he was DJing. We performed the club. We blew it up crazy. We had like a little street anthem called Super Hose, and we did it. The nigga Tony Touch seen that we had the crowd on smash. So he comes up to me and he's like, yo, I'm doing a tape, 50 MCs, but I want you to battle my man outside after the club, and if you beat him, you can be on my tape. So it's that crazy that I got pictures from that night. I was looking at them the other day. It's so crazy. So it's like, 4 a.m. Everybody's outside. It's the winter with ice and snow outside, and the whole club is outside, and me and this kid is battling for like an hour straight. And it's like verse for verse. Da, 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 da. So then Tone at the end is like, yo, I want you to be on my tape. So then the summer of '97 comes, and he just rolls up out of nowhere. I'm on my block hustling, and the nigga just rolls up. Yo, you ready? And I'm like, what? And he's with Killer Priest,
Wow,
Cannabis, and Mad Lion.
that's
He's like, you
crazy.
ready? I'm like, yeah, I'm ready. I just jumped in right there. We go to the legendary D&D studio that everybody fucking recorded their albums in. Mobb Deep, everyone.
Boot camp.
Everyone. So when you go in the booths over there, everybody that recorded there, they catch their tags in the booth. So I had my tag there with Method Man and Prodigy and all of them. You know what I'm saying? It was dope.
Wow.
So we went over there, record. We did the tape. It was dope or whatever. So that tape put me like on the map. Niggas was like, oh shit. And then from there, it just went on, and I've done music with Alchemist. I performed everywhere. I got songs with Nori, the what do you call these niggas? So many people. I just did songs with so many people. I performed everywhere. I'm on so many niggas' albums. Hip hop is just like it lives in all of us because we are hip hop basically.
That's a fact. I know GA was doing music back in the days too. Did you connect with GA? Like with GA and what's my man, Black Ice, during those times, Arc, and they was doing music too. Did you ever connect with them?
Nah, because they were like before me.
Mm.
They were before us. So when we started doing it, boom, like really trying to do it, they already was fading out, and you know what I'm saying?
True indeed.
Shit. So, but like I said, it happened because my partner was Raff, Raff, and we was MBK, and like I said, we just started. Just the first year that we started rapping together, I was on the Tony Touch tape. We was interviewed for Unsigned Hype. We fucking was in the Blaze MC battle. We fucking performed everywhere. You know what I'm saying? We had notable producers. It was moving quick for us. But then what happened was the drug era came. The dope and the crack and everything. And niggas started hustling, and it started all changing and shit from there.
So that's what kind of like you went more towards the streets than towards
we was
their
in the
career.
streets, and we was recording music and still doing the same shit, but the street shit got us caught up. What got me caught up, and then I was on the run, and then I lost my crib because I was locked up in and out and shit, and so then I was homeless and on the run. It was crazy, bro. It was
Wow.
crazy. And right before that happened, I had the single that was buzzing in every nightclub in New York City. You know what I'm saying? From Cheetah Club to fucking Bajas to Latin Quarters to everywhere. You know, we had Camilo, Ted Smooth, so many people. Just
Who was you
supporting
work? Who was you
support.
working with?
Well, I was down with a record label called Shady Town and
Okay.
shit, and that was some local Bushwick niggas that really had big paper and they knew how to move, like they knew what they were doing. You know what I'm saying? Shit popped off quick and shit. But like I said, then the drugs, the police, you know what I'm saying, being on the run, homeless, that shit fucked me up.
As an
You know.
MC back then, though, pardon for cutting you. As an MC back then, did you ever think about, damn, I'm a graffiti writer. I'm putting myself out there. Like, you ever thought about that?
Yeah, that of course. That was another thing that because when I started doing GRAFF again with ACC in 2005 was my comeback and shit. Netta rhymes too, and I didn't know that, so we started hitting the lab together. We had a whole project together also and shit. Then he put it out without me and shit, but it's just called the All City Crew mixtape, and the shit is dope. You know what I'm saying? He does his thing too. And I have so much unreleased material, it's crazy. But right now, the shit that's popping is the Straight 16 on the gram, Straight 16, the battle site. You know, I'm the king of that shit. You know, I battle like 100 niggas, and it's just now niggas is changing it. They're bringing it up a level. Niggas is doing videos and battling with songs and all types of shit, and it's just fire. So if
I want.
anybody got a chance, go on Straight 16 on the gram, bro. That shit is popping right now.
I want to talk to you about that, man. You got the new situation going on. I've been following you. You got a movement going on. Straight, and that's STR number 816. You got the battles going on. If a person wants to get involved and battle, how do they do that?
All they got to do is go and DM and send a video to Straight 16, and it doesn't have to be a battle. All you have to do is if you want to just spit a rhyme, you could. All you have to do is say Straight 16 before you rhyme. That's it.
That's dope, man. I seen you had Raph, the my one of the peoples. Raph VO is one of the people that be rhyming, getting busy.
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about some of the people that you already had involved with the Straight 16 thing.
Yeah, U Crime and shit. Well, basically, Straight 16, that site belongs to U Crime, and they're another rap group from Bushwick that I really looked up to. You know, these guys were on their shit. I mean, they was on Hot 97 many times. You know, they had singles with Mobb Deep, Joel Ortiz, Tragedy, Black Rob. You know, the list goes on and on. Like these dudes, like really put it on for Bushwick. You know, so I really try to carry tradition on from them or whatever, and we wind up doing mad shows together. We've been on like Shade 4-5 Eclipse, you know, like all types of shit. Niggas, we was in Wyclef video together. Like we done a lot of shit together. You know, we brought a lot of light to Bushwick when it comes to the MCing and shit.
They was on
But
the
my
they was
claim
on the
to
Vandal hour, pardon self. They was on the Vandal hour. We had one of the U crimes and F Boom.
yes, sir, and F Boom. Oh my God, he's another one, bro. Full blast music. Our
Facts.
first song, Brooklyn Time Bombs, is a F Boom beat, and he recorded the song. He didn't even remember that he did that shit for us, and that shit is just so classic for us in the streets, my nigga. Like because all right, so we did the Tony Touch 50 MCs tape, boom, but we did also DJ Reflex mixtape, and you know Tony Touch is big in the mixtape circuit, but Reflex was big in the Bushwick streets and shit. He had this shit smashed out. So when we hit his mixtape, we took the Coolio beat, the Gangsta's Paradise,
Mm-hmm.
and we played it backwards and we sampled it and shit.
Wow.
And we did MBK, haha, MBK, haha. So that mixtape was running wild through the streets of Bushwick. So niggas used to see us. They used to be like, yo, MBK, haha, haha. Like, it used to be screaming shit out cars and shit. Like, so that was like our first little street anthem. And then our first our first song that really popped was the Super Holes, and that was a song that we was performing and shit. You know, but F Boom did our first song, bro. It was called BK Time Bombs, bro.
Yeah, shout out to the brother F Boom, aka FB Fat Boy. He's a dope producer. If you haven't, he did the
Super.
Vandal Hour intro. The Vandal Hour intro is FB.
See, like, you know, niggas need to know this. This kid is classic.
Yeah, he did our intro. When he gave it to me, he gave me a clock, also a Vandal Hour clock that looks like the Vandal Hour logo, also that he designed. So shout out to my brother FB. Yo, but this straight 16, man, I see this shit becoming a big thing, man. I see this becoming something like a smack type of thing, you
Yes.
know what I mean?
Yes, and they're so innovative, bro. They're the first battle site on IG. So any site that you could see that it's not them, go to their first video. Like, they're not, you know, these niggas is the fathers of it, and they're so innovative. They come up with segments and all different type of shit to like keep people interested, you know. And the MCs, we have top notch MC. We was on live the day before yesterday. It was
The
we have
quarantine
like
joint.
30 seconds. Yeah, it was crazy, bro. It was so fucking crazy. Everybody started well, the host of the live, which is Straight 16, they were just putting everybody's music back to back, like, oh, here's a song from SR, yo, here's a song from me, yo, here's a song from Arson, here's a song from, you know, and it was just like a party, man. Like, it was so retardedly live, bro. Like, people need to like be aware of what's going on and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the Vandal Hour, it's just like Graff Cinema. These things right here are so important to our culture and to our personal little communities. You know what I'm saying? Like we need to have more people aware of what we're doing.
These are like the GRAFF magazines back in the days. Remember the GRAFF magazines that like people used to be
Of
making?
course.
These are like the modern day version of it now. Now you got the social media versions of this. You said the GRAFF Cinema, which I always talk about on the Vandal Hour. The shout out to the people's extreme Supreme Fresh. I'm saying it correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So talk to us about GRAFF Cinema, because a lot of people may not be in tune with what GRAFF Cinema is doing, and you're definitely involved with what they got going on right now.
Well, so like nowadays it's very hard to come up with something new, you know? Like, usually it's you're piggybacking off of something else. Extreme Supreme Fresh, which is Graff Cinema, they really merged the visual of graffiti with the sounds of music and classic movies and, you know, things like that. So you could get let's say Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh. Here we go. Come on, come on. That shit'll come on, but you'll see some niggas battling, like, you know what I'm saying, some break dance and shit, and then you'll see flashes of niggas writing graffiti, and it's just Graff Cinema. So it's like the name is self-explanatory. It's taking Graff and it's telling you the story, but with both elements, the visual and the audio of hip hop. Is just so dope and refreshing. It's crazy.
Yo, I like what they're doing, man. I seen some dope mashups they done threw up there, man.
Yo, bro, it's
Ill
retarded.
shits, ill shits. What's the site exactly so that people could go find that?
You could go to Graff Cinema on IG. So it's just at GRAFFCINEMA, Graff Cinema. Just go check them out. And Straight 16, STR the number 8, and you spell out 16, Straight 16. And you go check out the battles. You rate the MCs. You could argue with them online. You could drop a comment. You could go on the live. You could drop your own Straight 16. You know, your own verse. They'll put it up for you. The graphics on it. They do everything. And then they do like verse of the week or verse of the month. You know, they'll put all the MCs against each other, and the fans vote for the winner. So me personally, I already won 3 times. So they send you a T-shirt, you know, with
That's
your
dope.
picture
That's
on
dope.
it and all types of shit. And after you win 5, they send you the matching hat with the Straight 16. Boom. It's dope. Like, these niggas is really innovative, and like, it's just like you said. Like, I see the future is very, very bright for them, for you, for what y'all doing with your platform, and for Graff Cinema.
Yo, you know, you know, I like to give a voice to the voiceless, man. That's, Graph needed some. I wanted a place for people to hear stories every week, man. You know what I mean? Hear somebody's story. Hear somebody's, their pain and their pleasure when it comes to Graph, because it's really about the kids, man. We're the elders of the community now. So we
Yep.
need them to hear the truth, not the bullshit. When we was young, you heard rumors that everything was a rumor. In our time, everything's a rumor. We didn't have nobody telling the story. If you heard whatever the streets was saying.
Yep.
Now we have an opportunity to let the younger generation hear the story from the person who went through it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So it's a very unique perspective. I like what you're doing with Graph Cinema. I like what you're doing with Straight 16. Also, since we also, the Vandal was a hip hop show, and I want to know some of your how you. I know you, so I want to hear, let the people. What's some of your insight on hip hop? How you feeling about hip hop right now?
Uh, well, it's me personally. A lot of it is not my cup of tea because I'm just into the hardcore street bars shit. But everybody has their own lane. There's a few niggas that's dope to me, in my opinion. But just because you're dope doesn't necessarily mean I'm gonna listen to your shit like that. So so like the baby, he got some shit. He got some shit, but would I go out and buy a baby album and listen to the whole thing? Never,
No.
you know. But to me, just me personally, my taste is just it's over. So I got to stick to the '90s and the early. You know what I'm saying? To me, the last real classic album that niggas could say, yo, niggas can't fuck with this shit, was probably like the 50 album. His first shit, Get Rich or Die Trying. After that, like everything just went to shit, bro.
How you feel about Benny the Butcher and the whole
Oh
Griselda movement?
no, yes. Oh my God, yes. Thank God for those dudes. Thank God for those dudes, bro. Are you crazy? If it wasn't for them niggas and niggas like Styles P and Fab and that pop out every once in a while, yo, my nigga, we would be done. And
Did,
shit, like, yo,
did
son,
you?
Griselda, yo, I salute to them niggas, bro. I was just listening to some shit. Every time I listen to some new Griselda shit, I just start writing. Niggas make me push the pen, bro.
Yeah, all them. Same way. Every time I listen to their shit, I be thinking I might got a chance still. Maybe
Yeah,
I might
yo,
got a
so,
chance still.
yo, everybody got a chance, bro. Yo, and there's MCs that are on Straight 16, like Spec Arson and Maine the Marksman and Franchise from Connecticut, and there's a whole bunch of, literally there's like all different states and all different niggas from everywhere and shit. And there's a lot of nice niggas, and we're all gonna come together and make a Straight 16 mixtape and shit, and do a Straight 16 podcast and all types of shit like that. I would like to bring.
Bring it
I
to
would like to
S.STREET
bring them
Media,
niggas to the spot
baby.
to perform. Yo, I'm telling you, they got. I would like these niggas to perform because these niggas got. When you say, you see, I said that the new shit is not my cup of tea. These niggas is doing the new shit, but they doing it with bars. So it's like, oh my God, I could show you better than I could tell you, but bro.
Yo,
So
I'm
we got to
definitely
definitely hook that up.
I definitely, yo, when this shit is over, man, we're gonna connect because I think that we could put something together. Straight 16, with a Vandal hour thing. We could probably make it a nice big thing, man. Make it something real fly,
We
crazy.
have to.
Let me
We
ask you.
have to.
Let me ask you something. In your opinion, what would it take to bring hip hop back to its purest form?
To bring hip hop back, all they have to do is everyone, all right, every region has its own sound. So then your region play your sound, like Flex play some New York niggas. You know what I'm saying?
I
Play
agree.
some New York niggas. If niggas want to hear the shit that's going on now, that's not the New York sound, you could fine listen to it. But I just feel like in New York, the radio should support New York niggas. There's so many nice niggas in New York that you will never hear on the radio ever. Why is that?
That's a fact. That's a fact. You're 100% correct, God. I'm gonna switch lanes real quick with you, man. I've known you for a long time, since our DTF days, since every Saturday meeting up at the Peace Factory, somebody fighting to be down with the crew. Us
Yes,
after
sir.
the fights go down, after we squash all the beefs and stuff, and we go boosting and racking from the train
Yes,
to downtown Manhattan and back, and then bombing at
yes.
night. Um, you've been a positive person. I've known you always be a good dude. Where friendly with the team of people that we are associated with. But I also know you with the shits too. So I want to know, how do a person get on your bad side?
I'm gonna just say, and I'm very passive and forgiving too, my nigga. I'm just like everybody else. I'm just a regular person, my nigga. Just don't disrespect, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just, um, like what do they say? That fucking common sense is not so common. You need common sense, man. It's common sense shit. You know, if it's a green light and a car is coming down the fucking street, do you cross the street or do you wait for the car to pass? It's shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because, like you said, yo, I'm cool with everybody, my nigga. I don't give a fuck. I just want to be happy and have fun. You know what I'm saying? And if I got a chance to shine, I want to try to pull my mans in so we could all shine. That's all. I don't give a fuck. Everybody that knows me knows that I'm a family dude, my nigga. I just like to have fun and be cool. You know, so for me to have beef with you, you really had to like want it with me for some whatever reason. You know, because I have legendary beefs in the GRAFF game, and I have beefs that was in the rap game too. That was crazy. I was just interviewed the other day, and I was telling the story about do you remember those dudes ACD that
The
made
Queens
with
dudes, the
Mob Deep
Queens, yeah, sure
Street
indeed,
Life
sure
on the
indeed.
niggas in the street like yeah them niggas right there, bro. Them niggas fucking called the police on me and got me locked up and gave statements on me, bro.
Wow,
That's word of everything,
wow.
bro. I had drama with a man in Queens by Steinway, and the nigga had a white Lexus. You know what I did, bro? I fucking pulled out a flat black spray can, and I caught an SR vertical on the front of his whole Lexus, right in front of his face. the nigga, the nigga ran inside of a building because he probably thought I was strapped or something because I did it right in his face. He ran inside a building, but I didn't think he was going to call the cops. That was the last thing on my mind. Nigga, 2 seconds later, a black Lexus came and pulled up, and it was them ACD niggas, and they jumped out. And they were like, yo, who did this to my man's car? And I said, me, and I just pulled out, and I tried to stab them niggas, and I was just chasing them around their car. And while that was happening, the fucking the D's rolled up, my nigga. They ran, they tackled me, they put the cuffs on me. When they put me in the fucking car, I look back and these niggas is writing statements right there out in the open in front of everybody.
The song, the guys from "You Want to Live the Street Life"
Yeah, them niggas. They did
wasn't
the
living the
street
street life.
life.
Yeah, I'm about to say they definitely wasn't, man. That's crazy, God. That is crazy. Um, you feel you had a lot of beef in your GRAFF career?
A lot of what?
In your GRAFF career, you feel you had a lot of beef?
Yeah, man. Yeah, had lots of beef with a lot of famous people.
What's some of the reasons why SR had some GRAFF beef?
I don't know. It's just egos, especially in the '90s, yo. In the '90s, for you to be noticed, you had to be somebody. You had to go hard because there was so many niggas killing shit in the '90s. You know what I'm saying? So for me to even have a name in the '90s, so niggas even remember, oh, SRMBK, that shit. That means that you put in work because it was just so many killers. So it's just very big egos and shit, you know. And everybody wanted to be better than the next person.
That's a fact. That was definitely our time. That was definitely what was going on in our time. Today is 420, man. We coming close to the end, and today is 420, man. Before I was building with you, I was on live doing the smoking thing on S.STREET Media and on my personal page. It's 420. I know you smoke. What's your favorite strain you fucking with right now?
Oh man, you asked the wrong person because me literally anything gets me high, nigga. I don't give a fuck as long as it's fucking not Reggie. As long as it's not Reggie and shit. But we had some Pineapple Express like a couple of years ago. That shit was like literally like the best weed I ever smoked, my nigga. It was retarded. I was chasing that shit like a dope head, my nigga, until it ran out, and I was like upset, like the dude that he didn't have no more. He tried to offer me some. What was it? Some kush. I was like, get that shit out of here, man. It ain't the Pineapple Express, man. Yo,
I gotta
yeah,
try
that shit was
that.
crazy.
I never fucked with Pineapple Express, man. I gotta fuck with that, man. I gotta try that
Yo,
one
I
day.
got lucky because the nigga who had it was like, yo, I only got a cube. I only got a cube. He only had 4 ounces of that shit. So I was like, all right, so let me get an O. And I got that shit. And when I went home, that shit was so different, my nigga. I was just like, so you know how you put it under the light and you're looking at it and the crystals and the color. I was like, yo. So then I bagged up a couple of fucking 20s out of that shit. I bagged like 5 or 6 20s out of that shit, and I sold a couple to my man. That nigga came back. He was like, yo, I want an O. And shit, and I was like, nah. I tried to get another off. The nigga was like, nah, son, yo. And I kept, yo, that shit was so, it was like, I used to save that for when I'm smoking for Dolo until the O finished. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I go home and shit, I could smoke anything else with you. I don't give a fuck. But the pineapple, I'm saving for me, my nigga.
I gotta try that strain, man. I definitely gotta try that, man. Recently I smoked something called Death.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm serious. My man, shout out to my man, Gooey Goo. He had some shit called Death. Some shit called
Damn.
Death. Yeah, man. 420, man. Right now, under this coronavirus, is kind of a different type of day. The vibe ain't what it usually be. Usually everybody is partying and shit, like parties everywhere. But with this coronavirus situation, it kind of changed the vibe. Have you lost anyone to this situation?
Oh, thank God, no, man. But I know a few people that caught it or whatever, but they're doing okay and shit. Like my one of my boys from work, him and his whole family caught it and
Wow,
shit. But me personally, someone that died, nah,
that's
not
a
that I would like
blessing.
that. Nah, thank God. Thank God, and I'm scared of this shit, bro, because my son has he's only 10 and he has bad asthma and shit, so I can't risk him
Can't risk
anything
it.
happening to him or anybody in my family, just anyone. This is just a fucking horrible. Life has changed as we know it. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel sorry for the kids in the future, what they're gonna have to endure when we're not around, bro. Because I say me and you, we've grown up in the perfect era. Like right when we were little, we still seen black and white TVs and shit like that, and then we seen fucking
Facts.
cell phones and computers and all types of shit come to play. And we grew up in a perfect time. But now, where we're coming to the latter of our lives, maybe the last 20, 30, 40 years of our lives, or whatever it may be, it's I feel bad for these kids, bro. It's like every year Christmas, the in the streets and just the feeling, it fades more and more. There's no more tradition. Everything's about spending money and buying presents and just spending money, spending, shopping, shopping, shopping. There's no more like tradition. It doesn't feel like it used to. Like when I was young, that's why I connect myself with Bushwick so much, because this is a part of me, just as my arms and legs. When I was young, I used to love walking through Knickerbocker and Myrtle around Christmas time. They had all the lights up in the windows, and
Facts.
niggas had the decorations, and you felt like it felt good. Like, wow. Now it's none of that. That's all gone.
Yeah, I don't see no Christmas lights no more. Like in the
Yeah, you don't even see nobody put lights no more. It's crazy. I don't even see a lot of people with Christmas trees anymore. They just throw stacked presents in the corner and shit.
That's a fact. Or just give each other gift cards.
Yeah, gift cards. Or yo, I'm a cash app you.
It's crazy. So, they say this is what we're going through right now is the new normal. The new world order officially. People was waiting for that shit. In 20 years ago. It's officially
Yep.
it's officially here. If you
Yep.
don't know now, it's officially it's a
Yep.
new day
Niggas thought it
and
was a lie.
time.
Niggas thought it was a game. We knew from the beginning.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So like this is for the people who wasn't aware. But I want to say thank you, man, for hanging out with the guard, man. You know,
No, thank you for having me, bro.
I appreciate you, man. It's been a long time that I know and that I've known you, and you never switched up. You have been the same way that you are now. We both matured, but I'm saying like the vibe has always been the same. It's a blessing to have always call you a friend, and thank you,
Likewise, brother.
thank you for doing what you did with Graph because man, I definitely believe you influenced a generation of people who's similar, you know, and who's continuing things that definitely you was one of the first people to definitely make popular. Any last words you want to say to the people?
Yeah, I just want to say, yo, thank you to everybody that supports the Vandal Hour, that supports the S.STREET Media, that supports Straight 16, Graff Cinema, anything, yo. Like at the end of the day, all we have is us. So if I have 5,000 followers and you have 1,000 and they have 3,000 and we all link up and we give each other followers, that's just more opportunities in front of each of us. You know what I'm saying?
That's a
And I need
fact.
to get more savvy with this internet shit because I'm a dinosaur, but I'm gonna start getting on. I've made myself a promise. I'm gonna start getting on and staying on top of it. Once like you see platforms like this is doing whatever, I gotta fucking share it on my media and forward it to my friends and make them share it and make more people aware, so we can keep growing.
And that's what we're gonna do. And I'm gonna say this: when you ready to go into the podcast mode, man, please kick it with me, man. I definitely want to be involved. And I think that it will work good, man. So when you're ready to go into that mode, please let me know, and we're gonna connect on this event thing. When this shit is
Definitely,
over,
we could definitely use your expertise, bro, for
let's
real.
let's work together, man. That's what it's about. Thank you again. Shout out to all of our listeners, our followers. Make sure you go to www.sstreetmedia.net or .info. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Make sure you check out this will be on Spotify, and I would say within a half an hour this will be on Spotify, this will be on YouTube, this will be on all of our platforms in about a half an hour. We don't gotta wait no more days and stuff. It will be up in a half an hour, so please support. Thank you, SR, for tuning in with us. You have a good night. Stay safe with your family, man.
Yes, sir. Mad love, baby. One.
Peace to God.